Nippy 4. Nippy 4 is a pressure-controlled positive pressure ventilator manufactured by Breas Medical and supplied and supported in Ireland and Northern Ireland by Respicare. Nippy 4 takes ambient air through a filter at the side of the device and delivers that air through the outlet at the top, using this air to deliver the therapy that has been set by the prescriber. Nippy 4 should be used as recommended by the staff at the hospital where the ventilator was prescribed. To use Nippy 4, you should have the Nippy 4 device itself, a power supply and mains cable, a standard reusable breathing tube, an appropriate mask, an oxygen connection if oxygen is required, some spare filters, and a user manual. At the right hand side of Nippy 4 you will see some holes. This is where the ventilator will draw in room air through some filters which are behind this door. The power supply cable can be connected to the power connection at the rear of the device, and the mains power cord can then be connected to the power box and plugged into the wall socket. At the top of Nippy 4 you'll see the outlet port where the breathing tube will be attached. On the fascia panel you'll see the large display screen surrounded by buttons with various symbols. Most of these buttons are for adjusting various prescribed settings on your Nippy 4 and are intended for the clinical staff. But you don't need to worry, all of the settings on your device will be preset and locked, so that even if you accidentally press a button that you wouldn't need to press, you won't have made any adjustments to any important setting. On the top of the therapy device, close to where the tube is connected, you'll find the power button and the alarm mute button. To use the ventilator, make sure that the ventilator is on a safe and convenient platform close to the user. A bedside locker close to the bed is usually ideal. Also ensure that nothing is covering or blocking where the air is drawn into the therapy device. You'll need to make sure that you're connected to electrical power, so check that the power plug is in the wall socket and the end of the cable is connected to the power box, and the mains cable is connected correctly into the back of the ventilator. Although Nippy 4 does have an internal battery that is kept charging once the ventilator is connected to electricity, it should always be operated from mains power to avoid running the battery down. Ensure that your breathing tube is connected to the outlet at the top of the ventilator and your mask is connected to the other end of the breathing tube. If the device is completely powered off, you'll need to turn it on into standby mode. To do this, press and release the power button at the top. If you require oxygen to be attached, ensure that an oxygen fitting is between the mask and the breathing tube and an oxygen tube is attached. You'll also need to make sure to turn on your oxygen supply. However, if you don't require oxygen, then you don't need to worry about connecting any. Disconnect the mask from the end of the breathing tube and fit the mask onto the face, ensuring that it's secure and comfortable. Just before turning on the ventilator, connect the breathing tube to the mask. Turn on the ventilator by pressing and holding the power button until the progress bar goes all the way across the screen. Once therapy has started, Nippy 4 will immediately start blowing air down the breathing tube into the mask. Once your mask is secure, you can continue to use the ventilator through the night or as recommended by your prescriber. If the mask is not secure or tight enough, there may be some leakage around the sides of the mask or into the eyes. It's important to have little or no leak from the mask. If mask leakage is excessive, there may sometimes be an alarm on your Nippy 4 with an on-screen message warning of excessive leak. If this happens, it does not mean that something is wrong with the ventilator, but just means that you may need to tighten the mask more to prevent leak and also to prevent annoying alarms. If there are any alarms or messages that you can't easily understand or resolve, just phone the 24-hour free phone number on the sticker on your therapy device. In the morning time, or whenever you want to stop therapy, to turn off Nippy 4, simply press and hold the power button again until the progress bar goes all the way from left to right. Nippy 4 will then ask you to confirm that you want to stop treatment, and you'll notice on the screen the words yes and no will appear. Press the button beside the word yes and therapy will stop. The mask can now be removed if you haven't already removed it. It's always best to leave the device plugged in and connected to electrical power even when it's not in use, as this ensures your battery is kept full for a time when you may need to rely on it. Our staff at Respicare will call to check your Nippy 4 ventilator and mask periodically, and we are always available to support you at your request. But there is some minor maintenance that you'll need to do on your own or have done by a carer. Each month you will need to clean and change some of the filters in the ventilator. Remove the side panel or door on the right hand side of the ventilator. To do this, lift the handle on the device and press the small button underneath. You can then remove the side panel and you'll find that there are already an air filter and a pollen filter inserted into the filter compartment at the air inlet. Each month, the dark dust filter should be cleaned and then reused when dry, and the white pollen filter should be replaced with a new one. Each week you'll need to clean your mask and breathing tube. To clean the breathing tube, first disconnect it from the ventilator and the mask. Wipe down the breathing tube with a soft, moistened cloth. Run some warm, soapy water through the breathing tube. Ensure that the water isn't hot, and a small amount of household washing up liquid is fine to use. Plug both ends of the tube with your thumbs and rinse the soapy water back and forth. Then rinse through with cold water and leave over a door with a towel underneath to allow it to drip dry. Please make sure that it's as dry as possible before you use it again. The best way to do this is to clean it in the morning time or at a time when you know you have at least 6 hours before you'll need to use it again. For information on cleaning your mask, please see our separate tutorial video on fitting and caring for your therapy mask. This video is meant as a guide, but if there are issues we can help with, whether they are covered in this video or not, Respicare staff are available at all times and happy to assist you. You can contact us using the phone number on the sticker on your therapy device.